Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zaidan Nur Hafizi, and today we are diving into the fascinating world of language and how we make sense of it all. We will be focusing on a specific aspect, how a single word or number can carry multiple meanings depending on the context. We will delve into the building blocks of meaning called lexemes and how a single word or number can have multiple interpretations depending on the context. Prepare to be introduced to fascinating concepts like homonymy, where words share the same sound but have different meanings. We'll also explore polysemy, where a single word holds multiple related meanings. But language isn't always crystal clear. We will encounter the concept of vagueness, where words have blurry edges and their meaning can be open to interpretation. Of course, sometimes we have words that seem to mean the same thing. We will discuss synonymy and explore how similar these words truly are. But the magical doesn't stop there. We will see how the way structured sentences can drastically alter the meaning we convey. We will tackle syntactic ambiguity, where a sentence can be interpreted in multiple ways. The good news is, context is our friend. We'll learn how to use the surrounding information to interpret the meaning correctly. We will even explore techniques for disambiguation, clearing up any confusion by eliminating less likely interpretations. Finally, we will venture into the realm of figurative language. We will explore how metonymy and metaphor can shift the meaning of a word to create richer connections. We will start with the lexemes. Lexemes are the basic units of meaning in a language. They are like the building blocks that words are constructed from. Unlike morphemes, which can be individual prefixes, suffixes, and roots, lexemes are complete units that carry meaning on their own. For example, book, run, and happy are all lexemes. And the second is homonymy, polysemy, and vagueness. These terms all deal with the relationship between words and their meanings. For the first, homonymy, this occurs when two words share the same spelling or pronunciation but have completely unrelated meanings. For example, bat, flying mammal, and bat for a wooden club are homonyms. The second is polysemy. This happens when a single word has multiple related meanings. Run can refer to the act of moving quickly on foot, the operation of a machine or a competition. Polysemy allows for a rich and economical use of language. And the third is vagueness. This refers to words or phrases whose meaning is not entirely clear-cut. Words like tall, big, or often are vague because their interpretations can depend on context or individual perceptions. And number three, we have synonymy. Synonyms are words that have similar or identical meanings. They can be helpful for rephrasing sentences or adding variety to your writing. However, true synonyms are rare, and words often have subtle differences in meanings or connotation. And we have the example. Her house is big and impressive. Big has a synonymy with large, spacious, and wide. And for the second example, we have he needs to finish his work fast. Fast, synonym with quick. And the last example, we have she is a beautiful woman. Beautiful, synonym with pretty, stunning, and gorgeous. For the next point is sentence readings and meaning shifts. This section dives deeper into how sentences are interpreted and how meaning can change. We have number one is syntactic ambiguity. This occurs when a sentence structure allows for multiple interpretation. The word order creates confusion about the meaning. For example, the students saw the teacher leaving the school. Did the students see the teacher as they were leaving, or did the students see the teacher already departed from the school? Number 2, interpretation in context. Understanding a sentence hinges on the context in which it is used. Context includes the situation, shared knowledge between speaker and listener, and surrounding information. For example, referring back to the previous example, the students saw the teacher leaving the school. If the sentence appeared in a report about students' attendance, it likely means the student witnessed the teacher departing. However, in a conversation about the farewell ceremony, it could imply the students saw the teacher after they had already left. Number 3, disambiguation and elimination. Disambiguation tackles the issue of ambiguity in sentence. Elimination refers to specific methods used to achieve this, like changing the structure or adding information. For example, disambiguation, we can rewrite the students saw the teacher leaving the school to the students saw the teacher as he was leaving the school, for clarity. And for the elimination, adding details like at the end of the day clarifies the timing of the teacher's departure. And number 4, we have metonymical shifts. Explanation. This is using a word to represent something closely related to it. The connection could be ownership, location, or any association. For example, the White House made statement. White House refers to the people working there, not the physical building itself. And then next, can I get a Coke? Coke stands for Coca-Cola, the brand of the beverage. For the next point, we have metaphorical shifts. This involves using a word for something different but sharing a key characteristic. Metaphors create vivid imagery and deeper meaning. For example, life is a journey. Life isn't a literally trip, but the metaphor compares life's experiences to traveling with it up and downs. She has a heart of gold. This doesn't mean her heart is literally gold, but describes her kindness. And next point is differentiation. In linguistics, differentiation means distinguishing between related but distinct concepts or meanings. It's crucial to avoid ambiguity and ensure clear communication. For example, distinguishing between see and look. See is a general, while look implies focus and attention. Distinguishing between leave and go home. Leave is general for departing, while go home specific returning to one's residence. By understanding this concept, you can become a more effective communicator and prevent misunderstanding in your interaction. Well, that concludes our exploration of meanings and readings. We have delved into the complexities of language, uncovering the many ways a single word or number can carry multiple of meanings, from understanding homonymy and polysemy to navigating the challenges of vagueness and syntactically ambiguity. We have learned to appreciate the richness and flexibility of language. We have seen how context is key to accurate interpretation and how techniques like disambiguation can help us achieve clarity. Remember, language is a powerful tool, and by understanding the nuances of meaning, we can become more effective communicators, whether you are writing, speaking, or simply deciphering a text. The knowledge you have gained will serve you well. And thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.